Welcome to Las Vegas Trader YouTube channel and the weekly analysis video of the markets. I would like to welcome all the new subscribers to the channel. Please subscribe and like the videos if the content resonates with you. So let's just jump in and see what we have on the charts. Let's start with the S&P 500. This is the daily chart. Looks pretty bullish. Um, the trend is very bullish on the daily chart. The weekly, very bullish as well. And the monthly just broke the all-time high. So is this a fake breakout or continuation? Um, we shall see. Um, this is the 4-hour chart. So we're probably going to see continuation unless we see a nice big red bar erasing the previous bullish action. So this is the S&P. Let's go to NASDAQ. Pretty much the same picture. Very bullish trend on the daily. Same thing on the weekly chart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks in a row. Green. And the monthly chart. 1, 2, 3, 4 months so far. Let me just take a look at this 4-hour chart. Yeah, nothing indicates any movement to the downside, so we shall see how it plays out. Here's the Dow Jones, the daily. A little bit different than the S&P 500 and NASDAQ. It didn't really produce another green bar, just a topping tail on a daily chart. The weekly is a bottoming tail. So perhaps we're going to see a pullback on Dow Jones on the weekly chart. Take a look at the monthly. Yeah, these two bars are pretty strong. So everything looks bullish, but we shall see what happens. This is the Russell daily chart. Nice two big green bars sitting right at, look at this resistance right over here and right over here. So this is the daily chart. Let me take a look at the 4-hour chart here. Yeah, we are sitting right above the 200-day moving average. Let's take a look at the weekly. Yeah, same thing on the weekly. We broke through the 200, we pulled back to it, and now we bounced off. Higher prices most likely will be seen this week at Russell. And this is crude oil. We have erased this one red bar, and we moved back up to the 200-day moving average, which is acting as resistance on a daily chart. Let me just take a look at this 4-hour chart really quick. Yeah, we are sitting right at resistance. There's a lot of action here in the past, so we might see a little pullback, maybe to 76 bucks, 76 bucks, and probably break through the 200-day moving average. Yeah, the weekly chart almost erased this red bar. So once we take out this red bar, higher prices will be most likely seen. And the monthly chart, yeah, the 200-day moving average and the 50 definitely resisting the downward movement. So once we close above the slightly downward movement of the 20-day moving average. The declining, slightly declining. So once we get above it, probably move higher. Okay, gold. Let's go to daily. Yeah, the gold hasn't been really moving that much. It's just really stuck in a range, but it's sitting above the averages. So the 200, the 50, and the 20. So um, let's see the weekly. Same thing on the weekly. Everything is rising. The 20, the 50, and the 200 is rising. So we are sitting above the $2,000 level. So $2,000 level. So and it's of course 1, 2, 3 points of resistance. So we need to, if we're gonna get produce all-time highs, need to produce a nice green bar to the upside, which will start to move. This is the monthly chart. Um, yeah, same thing. We're sitting right at resistance. So let's take a look at the silver. The daily chart. What I did was with silver, I bought some silver right at this, when this red bar was forming, right at the support here. So I will be making a video on the silver that I bought when it comes in. So I definitely like higher prices on silver. This green bar erased this little red bar, and it just bounced off the 20-day moving average, and we will probably see higher prices next week. And my target would be around 2350 at least. 2350 right at the 200-day moving average and the 50 on a daily chart. The weekly chart, here's the weekly. Everything is rising. The 200, the 50-day moving average, and the 20 is a little bit flattish. So let's say it's flat, but once we get above 2350 would be the 50-day moving average. So this would be a nice green bar if we get there on the weekly chart. On the monthly chart, so is let's see, the averages are rising and we are above them. So we did not break through yet. I mean, the month is still early. We're only a week and a half or so into the month. But as long as we stay above, higher prices probably will be seen. But like I said in the past, anything can happen. Here's Bitcoin. This is the futures, and this is the forex. So let's take a look at the daily chart. We are sitting right at resistance. The 50,000 mark will be also resistance, psychological level. This was a pretty bullish move off of the rounding 20-day moving average, and so we might see a little pullback and possibly continuation to the upside on the daily chart. And we are sitting right at resistance, you can see. So a small pullback maybe to this tail, so maybe 45, 46,000, and then continuation to the upside. Or if we erase this green bar completely to the downside, I would imagine we're going to the 200-day moving average, which would be roughly 31,000 or so. But I don't know if that's going to happen. It's pretty bullish right now. The monthly chart, yeah, look, so look, as you can see, we are sitting right at resistance here. So, um, and we are a little bit away from the moving averages. So we might see a little pullback again, but we'll see what happens. Let me just take a look at the 4-hour chart. Yeah, same thing. This 20-day moving average is pretty steep. So if we see a little pullback, we're going to bounce off of it and then move back up. So this is Bitcoin. And here's the dollar. As you remember last week, I liked the move to the upside, stating that this green bar erased this red bar and actually closed above it, the 200-day moving average. And then the following day, which was Monday, produced another green bar. But then the next following 4 days, it just kind of just moved sideways. Didn't really move much. So as long as we stay above the 200-day moving average, we're probably going to see higher prices. But as I stated before earlier in the video, I liked silver to going up this week. So that would mean the dollar would most likely go down. So maybe we'll go down to the 200 moving average and the 20 right here. We'll pull back, and then the following week uh, move back up. So this is the daily chart. This is the weekly. We are sitting right at resistance. As you can see, the 20 also is resisting, which is slightly flat. Um, so we might see a pullback to the 50 and then perhaps move back up. This is the weekly, this is the monthly. Yeah, the 20-day moving average on the monthly chart acted as resistance. So small pullback and higher prices, most likely we will see. And then the bonds. This is the daily chart. This bullish move 2 weeks ago, I was thinking that it would just go to the 200-day moving average and then bounce off of it and then go higher. But we did not see that. We moved down one day, it was a one day, and then kind of just hung around for next 4 days. Didn't move much. And then let's take a look at the weekly chart here. So as long as well, this green bar is pretty strong. So we are sitting right at the bottom of this nice big fat green bar. So that's acting as support, and this level right over here is acting as support, and the 20-day moving average is acting as support. So as long as we stay above it and see a nice green bar, we're probably going to break through this 50-day moving average and go higher. So this is the weekly chart. The monthly, as you can see, these 2 months produced 2 consecutive months of nice 2 green bars. So we're seeing a pullback. These tails are acting as support. So as long as we don't break through them, break below them, we should be moving higher. And then if we erase these 2 red bars and break through and close above this 20-day moving average, um, probably we'll see 110, but that not next week. I don't think that next week this is gonna happen. 110 would be right over here. So that would be no, that's not gonna happen in 1 week. Um, but as long as we break through above the 50, I would like to see that because this was a pretty bullish move. So pull back and then continuation to the upside. Um, the daily chart looks a little sloppy because of these um, gaps between, but you just have to fill in the gaps to give you a better picture what it looks like. So the 50 is rising, um, and then the 20 is kind of flattening out with the 200 still declining, but slightly wants to go flat. So once we get above it again, what do I say, 110 would be the target eventually in a couple weeks or so, because we have resistance right over here, as you can see. So 109, 110 area. So let's see what happens. I just want to add something to this video. I've noticed this, I don't know if this is an indicator or what. It says forward curve. This is NASDAQ, okay, on a daily chart. I mean, it's a chart. It's a rising chart, and I don't know if it's telling us that we're heading towards 20,000. We're sitting at 18,000, right? Are we going to 20,000? Is this what it's telling us? Let's see if it changes on a weekly. No, same thing, right? So, and the S&P 500 is telling us 5850. We're sitting at 5,050, so $800 more. Uh, Probably not. That's probably not likely. I mean, 5,800 is way up here. That's a huge move, right? I mean, $800 move. So that would mark it from, say, 4,500. That's, I mean, that would be from 4,200 to 5,000. That's the kind of move it's predicting, right? I mean, I don't know exactly what it's telling us, but that's probably not likely. Uh, Dow Jones, let's see what it says. 39, 450. That's where exactly 39. We're at 39.7. So it's telling us we're going lower a little, I guess. And the Russell, it says about 2,100. So that's possible. That would be right around here, right? So I don't know what this is exactly. Forward curve. If you know what it is, what it means, comment down below. Let us know. Thanks. So that's it for this week. Please like the video, share, and subscribe if you have not done so already. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, and share with anyone and everyone you think might like and benefit from this content on my channel. Thank you again for subscribing, and we'll see you next week.